2, we're going to do some converting here. It says convert the following to rectangular. Be careful of the quadrant we're in. All right, so this one right here, first of all, let's identify which quadrant we're in. This is in quadrant 2, so be very careful. So the x value, very easy to do. It's x equals r cosine theta. So to get x, it's r, which is 4 cosine of 5 pi over 6. So that becomes 4 times pi over 6 is root 3 over 2, but because I'm in quadrant 2, we make that negative. So our x value becomes negative 2 root 3. To get the y coordinate, it's r sine of theta, which is 4 sine of 5 pi over 6. Again, something we've already done before, which is 4 times 1/2, so it's 2. So as a point, this would be at the point negative 2 root 3 comma 2 if we were to graph it rectangularly. Alright, be careful. This is a tough one. Sketch this one out because r is negative. It's at 45 degrees. I'm facing this direction, but we go this direction. So this one is actually in quadrant 3. We're facing the first quadrant because 45 degrees, but my radius says go the opposite way, so it makes it negative 2. So to get the x coordinate, it becomes r cosine of 45 degrees, right? So r is just negative 2. You can leave it like that. So just make sure you're in the right quadrant. We get negative 2, the cosine of 45, root 2 over 2. So x equals just negative root 2. To get the y, it's r sine 45 degrees. So we get negative 2 again times root 2 over 2. So y equals negative root 2. Well, how cool is that? So, of course, this becomes the point negative root 2 comma negative root 2. Easy breezy. All right, let's take a look at 3. Let's talk about the direction. Direction is very important. I'm facing negative pi over 3. That's negative pi over 3, and I'm going to go out 6 units right here. It's always good to draw these out. So we should expect our answer to be in quadrant 4. So x is 6 cosine. Now, I could just use the pi over 3. Because I know it's in quadrant 4, I know the x is going to be positive, so it's pi over 3. If you want to, you could use pi over 3, or you can use negative pi over 3, or you can use, what's that, 5 pi over 3. Because that's really what it is, using your cofunctions. So this becomes 6. The cosine of pi over 3 is 1/2, so that becomes 3. Y, 6 sine of pi over 3. Again, I like to use the pi over 3 because I know this one. 6, this is just the square root of 3 over 2, which becomes 3 root 3. But be very careful, I'm in the 4th quadrant here, so that has to be negative. So again, if you made that negative right there, it'd be easier to tell. Okay, but because I know I'm in the 4th quadrant, I know that will be negative. So our answer is 3, negative 3 root 3. And there's its location. Alright, how to convert rectangular. So we're going to convert the following rectangular to polar. Very easy. I sketch these. I don't memorize formulas. I just sketch it. Because it's just trig. My x, y. X, square root of 3. Y, negative 1. It's a vector. Boop. That's where I stopped. There's my point. Find that angle. Alright, first of all, get r. Okay, r is the square root of the square root of 3 squared plus negative 1 squared. Very easy to do. Pythagorean theorem is all I'm doing. R equals the square root of 3 plus 1, which is 4, which is 2. R is 2. Get the angle, this inverse tangent of negative 1 over square root of 3. Negative 1 over square root of 3. That is 3 over root 3. I don't know what that is. So you know what? I'm going to have to use my calculator. Make sure you're in radian mode. Take a look. We're in radian mode. So go to calculator. Mode. Radian. Second quit. Second tangent of negative 1 divided by the square root of 3. Enter. I get negative 0.651. So as a point, radius and negative 0.651 radians. We'll put the little r there for radians. Okay? So let's try B. Graph it like it's hot. Okay? Negative 3, up 3. I'm starting here. There we go. So I've got to find that theta, which is basically just this theta right here, which we'll look for in a second here, okay? Be careful of the quadrant we are in, okay? So we're in quadrant 2. That's going to make something for us. How do I get r? Draw your right triangle. So r is the square root of negative 3 squared plus 3 squared. So r equals the square root of 18. And it's okay to leave it like that. Get theta just using tangent. This is the angle I'm going to look for right here. That's my theta. It's the inverse tangent of of 3 over negative 3. So it's negative 1. Now, negative 1 is going to give me what angle? Sine tangents negative theta. So tangents negative in 2 quadrants, 3 and 4. So it's going to give me in radians, it's going to give me 3 pi over 4 or 7 pi over 4. But remember, we're in quadrant 2, so we don't want the 7 pi over 4. We want the 3 pi over 4. That's going to be the hardest thing to do here. Square root of 18, 3 pi over 4. And there we go. All right, let's take a look at another one here. All right, isn't this fun? Oh, look, 0, negative 2. All right, let's graph it out. 0, okay, down 2. All right. Radius should not be hard. R should not be hard. That's just what? How far did we go? Now, you have 2 options to do here. This one is very difficult to do. Now, if you let r be negative 2, and it's okay, most of us will do that, theta will be pi over 2, because remember, it's directional. Pi over 2, down, facing pi over 2, but I go down 2. So you could write it as negative 2 pi over 2. But the best way to write it, always keep r positive. Keep positive. So the better way to write it, we'll let r be 2, and then theta would equal, how many degrees do we go to get there? 3 pi over 2. So we can go 2, 3 pi over 2. That's best right there. All right, let's try our last one here. Graph it like it's hot. Negative 5 up 12. So again, we're in quadrant 2. There's our theta. So get r, again, Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus y squared, so it is the square root of negative 5 squared plus 12 squared, which is just 13, by the way. To get theta, it's the second tangent of opposite, which is going to be 12 over negative 5. So I get my answer. Be very careful, okay? Be very careful. We're in radian mode. Second tangent of 12 divided by negative 5. Now, I get this negative 1.176. But remember, this puts me where? In the third. This puts me in the 4th quadrant. Okay, I don't want the 4th quadrant. This is in quadrant 4. So how do I get the third one? I could just add pi to that. That's going to put me down here. I can add pi to that. So my theta, therefore, would be, so if I add 3.14, I would get 1.964. So we would get for our answer 1.964. Now, there's another way we can write this, and I'll show you that tomorrow. Just remind us tomorrow we show you how to write this. You can write it with the negative, but just make your r negative as well. Makes it kind of fun for us. So there's a lot of ways we can write these, okay? And we'll talk more about these tomorrow, okay? See you then.